and the migraine was always so severe that I had to completely shut myself off, and I never knew that my headache will actually be a boon in disguise. Actually, I was just talking about my headache, and someone just mentioned that, yeah, why don't you just attend, Achyutam Ishwar's workshop? After just consumption of small bowl of curd rice, that's it. The migraine stuck so badly. So I had to unlearn a lot of things that I have learned as a PhD, as a postdoc, and all my knowledge. Anybody who has given 10 years of their life to research will think that I'm stupid to come out of it. So none of my colleagues or my batchmates or people who had done PhD with me, they are unable to digest how I am in this field.
Yeah, obviously. You're a different person. Yeah. So, hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. And again, we are here with a one person, and her name is Rashi, Dr. Rashi.
Hello all, I am Dr. Rashi Tiwari. So I am a PhD by training. I'm a PhD in biochemistry. For being in research, I realized that this is something that I'm not really enjoying so much, because there is no satisfaction in directly benefiting the common man. So I switched to healing myself first. So I've healed myself, and then I am a nutrition consultant since 2019, and I'm also a nutrition consultant at Sharon since 2020. And I started this Zero Cafe in 2022. Basically, I'm a nutrition consultant now and a cafe owner.
Wow, it's a great thing, right? We will go back to her childhood first. And can you explain, like, how was your childhood and what we were doing?
Yeah, so I was brought up in a place near Nagpur, a small town near Nagpur called Brahmapuri, where my grandfather and my father, they were all lawyers, and we had a huge house with huge agricultural land. So we hardly bought anything from outside. Everything was growing in our either farm or in our house. Like kitchen garden was like just behind. I remember my mom asking us, go and just pluck some chilies and come. So we'll just go run to the backyard, get some chilies or lemon or whatever, everything was there actually. Back then, I was dreaming of a small house.
Oh.
Yeah, I wanted to have like a small apartment, because it was a huge house where we were living, and it was like too much to walk to and go from one place to another. And at that time, I was always, it will be so nice to have a small apartment. And now I'm realizing, oh my God, we were living in a palace, and now I really long to go back to my childhood days. They were like amazing days, because everyone in summer vacation, they used to come to our place, and there were like 50 people in one go during the summer vacation, and every day was a
Festival.
like a festival.
Yeah.
Yes, and so many kids, so many different age group people, so it was always fun. So I have lived in that environment, and I did my education. So my school was a convent school, a Christian convent school, and that's where I did my like schooling. Yeah, and then I went to Nagpur for my bachelor's in microbiology. Later on, we moved to Delhi. There I did my postgraduate diploma in biochemical technology from Venkateshwara College. And then I went to Chandigarh, and I did my master's in medical biotechnology in PGI-MER.
So, what is the purpose of taking science, biology thing?
So right from my childhood, my passion was to do something to people, like help them in any way.
Oh, in that
Help
age
people.
itself.
Yeah, so I
Wow.
don't know, it was an inherent thing. So if
Mhm.
someone is needing some help, I'll always go and try to help them. But when it came to career, I always thought that I want to do something where I can help people.
Mhm.
So science was something, that biology was something that I was always interested in. And then I thought, through biology, maybe I'll discover a drug, do get into science and research, and probably do something where I can treat some patients of a particular disease. So my aim was actually to get into research, and so that I can do
Help the
something,
people.
help the
Yeah.
people and cure people.
Wow.
That was my actual aim.
Wow,
That's
that's a
why
nice, nice thing. Yeah.
yeah, so that's why I chose like masters. And then I came to ISC Bangalore to do my PhD, but unfortunately I couldn't finish because my boss was ill. So I had to go to Switzerland. That's where I finished my PhD in
Okay.
biochemistry. And then further, after my PhD, we went to Germany and I did a 2 years postdoc stint in Max Planck University. So that's my journey. So
Yeah,
I
nice.
was continuously being in science, and during my postdoc, I suddenly realized that the aim to join research was to help people. But I ended up doing basic science where I was publishing internationally, recognized journals where I'm, having papers. And when I went back to home and told them what I'm doing, nobody could understand, because it was a very deep science that you do, which a common man cannot understand, right? Maybe it will go as a textbook part later on, but it is not something that's applied. That was not something that was my part of research, so I was not satisfied at some level. And then I thought of just coming out of science and trying out something else, because I just could not. I felt like there is some emptiness there all the time. So that's when I decided to quit my research, like 10 years of actually research.
Wow.
And yeah, after that, I had to do some management course, because being so much into science, nobody will hire you
Yeah.
because you don't know anything else. You only know what you can do in the laboratory. So I did a management course from IMT Ghaziabad, 2 years course. And then by the time we were actually moving to India, so then that was the time where I was finishing my course, and then I did an internship in C camp here near GKVK. So that's like a biological institute. So I wanted to get into a different field. And from there I got a job. I got absorbed there itself in NCBS, National Center for Biological Sciences, where I was just doing an academic administrative job in a scientific institute.
Yeah, this thing, like, it's a huge study.
I know
I
so
couldn't
many things.
imagine, because mine is totally different. I ran away from the reading, education, and all.
Okay.
And what happened? Like, I wanted to hear that thing. Like, she was suffering from the migraine. And can you tell about that story of how
Yes.
you were having the migraine, when it started, and how you cured it?
So now I can connect the dots and I can tell you why it happened. The migraine. At that
Okay.
time when it was happening, I didn't realize. So actually, the attack started when I was in Switzerland for my PhD. So Switzerland is a land of dairy. Okay, it's land of cheese. It's land of chocolates. So my department, where I was doing my PhD, we had a chocolate factory next to our department,
my
like
God.
walkable distance. So you can imagine the consumption of dairy in the form of chocolate and cheese had tremendously increased. Although I was not a big fan of dairy while I was in India. I hardly enjoyed paneer, or I hardly ate, just one cup of tea and some curd. That's all I was mostly having. But since I was a vegetarian, Switzerland, wherever we went, they said, "Oh, you are a vegetarian." So okay, then there was a lot of cheese dishes, like raclette and fondue and so many different dishes that are vegetarian but made of cheese only. So we had no other option than to consume more and more cheese. And then of course it's addictive. We know milk is addictive.
Yeah,
So
that we know now.
yeah. So then the consumption started increasing. Initially I didn't like the taste, but then I developed, because I stayed there for 5 years in Switzerland. So of course you develop taste for things, right? That is how I developed taste. And then the migraine started exactly when I was in Switzerland.
Oh my God.
And the migraine was always so severe that I had to completely shut myself off. I couldn't do anything. I had to quit my whatever work I was doing in the lab, come home, shut down all the windows and make room dark and just sleep until I had to puke. Only then the pain will actually go. So it was a terrible migraine attack.
So did
And
you take a consultation of doctors and all?
so many, because see, there everything is, like we were, as a student, i was I was taken care of all the insurance, so we were free to go to any hospital and get ourselves checked. So I went to doctors. Then we moved to Germany, where I went to homeopathic doctors, all natural doctors. Nothing helped. So whatever I did, the pain never went, and the frequency kept on increasing over a period of time. So earlier it was once in 3 months, then it became like once in a month. By the time we came back to India, it was almost like every week.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So weekly once, and that was terrible. So I would never want anyone to get tortured with that headache. But just in hindsight, when I'm seeing back, I'm really thankful for that ache that my body gave me, because that's when I came to this journey.
Yeah, right. And all the time when we think in our life, there is so much of difficulty, all those things. When you go cross that thing
Yes.
and then you look back, then you will see, wow, because of that I am here.
True.
And can you say that how it changes your life?
Absolutely. So basically, see, already, my heart was not happy about doing the research, and I wanted to quit my research work and do something else. And parallelly, my headache also was there, right? And I never knew that my headache will actually be a boon in disguise. So when we came back to India, this migraine just continued, and it was very difficult to manage because I had to shut down everything. I had to take off when the and we I could never pinpoint that what is the cause. I could never pinpoint at that time. Now I know very well. So so what happened was, someone, actually, I was just talking about my headache, and someone just mentioned that, yeah, why don't you just attend, Achyutam Ishwar's workshop. At that time, he was very new. He was in Aarti Nagar. He was conducting workshops there. And then I said, yes, why not? I have tried so many different types of Ayurveda. So we came back to India. We went to IAM to do even the Ayurvedic therapy. I tried everything. I was open to all types of things. Anybody who can relieve me of my pain, I'm happy
Yeah,
to
you
do.
were you wanted to try that one
Yes,
also. Yeah.
exactly. And then I said, okay, let me just attend a workshop. It's no harm. So it was a weekend. I just attended the workshop, and then I was asked to stop to go plant based, whole food plant based. At that time, I understood what is whole food plant based, and being a scientist, I had a lot of curiosity, and lot of questions, that how is it possible. And then I was directed to so many people who are working on this, like Michael Greger, and so many of Dean Ornish and T. Colin Campbell. So and then I went and just read all their work, and I was like, okay, totally convinced that yes, this is something I have to try. And then I just went cold turkey. Overnight, I just stopped consuming dairy in any form. I was anyway having just one cup of tea and some, curry, or some type of buttermilk in some form. Otherwise, there was not much of dairy.
You removed just a dairy.
Yes, because I was anyway brought up as a vegetarian, right? So the only thing I was consuming coming from animal was dairy. That too in the form of, I never liked milk right from my childhood. The smell used to, like, just hated that smell. But the only form I was having was the tea, one cup of tea, that's all, and some curd. So, so the moment I had to go plant based, the only thing I had to remove was dairy from my life. That's it, from my diet. But then I thought it is only this much. But then when I started seeing, like, dairy is a part of, integral part of Indian food.
Yeah.
Like wherever you go, there was nothing that I could eat.
Yeah.
So I realized, oh my God, dairy is so dominant in our society.
And it's deep rooted in our
Deep
culture
rooted,
also.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So once you decondition from that conditioning of your culture, then I feel that food is the most emotional aspect of your life, because you connect to your family, your childhood, your upbringing, everything. So it's an emotional, actually, stuff. But the moment you decondition that, then I feel like you can free yourself from all the conditionings that you
Yeah.
have been brought up with.
So once you left, you removed this dairy product. Then what happened? How when it cured? Like did it cured or
Yeah,
what?
so yes, so the moment I stopped taking dairy, I saw that, oh, there was no attack. Like one week
Wow.
went off, no attack. Second week, no. 1 month, 2 months,
Wow.
absolutely no attack. Like it was seriously like a switch.
It's a magical pill,
Yeah,
something like that.
it's a
Yeah.
magical pill, and I was like, how is this happening? So then, out of curiosity, because I'm an experimental person, what happened, we went to a temple in Belur in Karnataka, and that temple was just giving, some small ball of curd rice.
Mm-hmm.
And we couldn't say no because it was a, prasadam, so I just had it. And then I said, it's a small ball anyway, nothing is going to happen, let me see. It's an experimentation also on myself.
Uh-huh.
So I was also curious to know what's going to happen. So I had that. Nothing happened immediately, but after 1 hour, we were actually supposed to travel back that day from there to Bangalore. So in 1 hour, my migraine stuck.
After three
After
months.
3 months of no migraine, after just consumption of small bowl of curd rice, that's it. The migraine stuck so badly that it was the highest intensity migraine I ever experienced, and it went for 3 days
3
continuously.
days.
Usually, it will stay for overnight or maximum, 1.5 days, but 3 days was the longest and the toughest.
Mm.
After that, so I started listening to my body because my body was screaming and telling me like what not to eat.
Mm. Yeah.
So, we think that little bit of this doesn't really matter,
Yeah.
but everything is going into the same body, right? And then, yeah, so after that, I've never touched a drop of dairy in my life.
Wow. It's an amazing journey, right? And it's a like magical thing also, like how we see her journey from there to here. It's all like God is wanted to tell something, and you are going on that path. It's a different thing, right? And I loved your story also very
You.
much. And so like it was amazing, right? She was about to complete that her science thing, and she wanted to discover one new pill or new thing to heal everyone's body, but finally you end up by learning that our body heals how like internally, and that there is not required of any other pill. And it's a I don't know, like, can you explain like how you felt it? Like, you went like this and something happened. It's a different thing.
Yeah. So see, unless I would have, see, if I would not have suffered from migraine and not got healed, probably I would not have believed in this.
Yeah.
But since this experimentation was happening, so I was the guinea pig. I was experimenting on myself and seeing the result. So this is something that is undeniable, right? Because I'm seeing the result. It is right there. Now it is contradicting to what I have studied as a PhD, but I can't be doing that because in reality I have seen the opposite. So then I realized that yes, nature and the body are completely natural. They are much more powerful than what a human brain has designed as a curriculum or as a
Yeah.
syllabus.
Mm.
Because we cannot reach to nature level. We are a tiny part in this entire planet,
Yes.
which is much more powerful than us.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, doing my PhD, I never learned that, food can be so important in your body. And I mean, in science, what we are taught is if you have something, you just eat medicine and that's it. But of
Yeah.
course, so I had to decondition myself a lot. So I had to unlearn a lot of things that I have learned
Yeah.
as a PhD, as a postdoc, and all my knowledge. Of course, it is all being used during my consultation also for, like if there is blood reports for diagnostics and all that. So it is quite useful what I have studied as a background. But I feel there is a lot of unlearning that I had to do to accept that, this food is the thing that can heal you from head to toe,
Not the medicine.
not the medicine, completely not. Yes.
Yeah. And that thing is a big eye-opening thing
That,
also,
yes,
and it's not an easy thing to accept
yes,
anyone.
true.
Yeah.
Anybody who has given 10 years of their life to research
Mm.
will think that I'm stupid to come out of it.
Yeah.
So none of my colleagues or my batchmates or people who had done PhD with me, they are unable to digest how I am in this field.
Yeah, obviously. You're a different person. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you heard the universe voice.
Yes. I mean, more. See, I feel like the whole universe is within yourself also.
Yeah.
I heard my own voice that
Yeah.
is coming through my pain and my body, and
Yeah.
I feel we are integral part of the universe.
Yeah.
So that universe calling was coming from my own body, and I just listened to it.
Wow.
So that gave me such a big, game changing knowledge of so many things that I'm so thankful to my migraine. And yeah, so I'm not unhappy, or I'm not like saying, oh, why did it happen. I'm like happy that it happened, so that it I came to this path only because of that. Otherwise, I don't know what I would have been
You
doing.
don't know, right?
No idea. Because I
Yeah.
had no goals anyway, so I
Yeah.
have no idea what I'd be doing. So yeah, I have surrendered myself to the body and the nature.
Yeah. But yeah, only thing is like everyone has to understand now that if we are suffering from something within us, then there is something we have to look inside us, not to a doctor. So yeah, doctors are necessary when there is a fracture or serious injury. That time it's required,
Yes.
but not for everything. Like now it has become as business, and it's totally a different theory now. So nowadays, like people are more addicted to doctors now, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So if there is any pain or something, instead of going looking out, go inside yourself and look inside. I can, yeah, this is a true message, right? It's a very nice, powerful message. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Okay, this is the end of part 1 of interview, and part 2, Rashi will be talking about her journey with Zero Vegan Cafe and her work as a nutrition consultant. And she also shared how she helps her client with health problems. So don't miss it, okay? And take care. See you in the next video. Until then, namaste. Thank you. Bye.